Cosmo stroller. I really don't like the stroller, and I'm going to show you why. First, we're going to start on a smooth surface. And the first thing that I don't like is how rickety it is. You just take a single finger, goes back and forth, it veers on its own. It's also very hard to steer with one hand to try to get it to go around a corner. And as you can see, if you look down at the front wheels, they kind of have a mind of their own. Even when you're just going straight, as soon as you want to turn, they start to skip. Okay, and another concern I have is about grass. It's pretty difficult to get on the grass. Once you're on, it's very difficult to steer, and it's hard to push. And this is something that I would expect from a cheap umbrella stroller, but for the price of the Combi Cosmo, I really would expect better performance. And the other stroller that I have, it's a little more expensive, does handle the grass very well, and it's very easy to maneuver. And this is probably my biggest complaint about the Combi Cosmo, is the way that it handles over cracks on the sidewalk. It's really, really bad about this. So I'm going to come up to a crack, and see the wheels kind of do their own thing. That happens all the time. And as I walk up to a crack, it doesn't go over. And so I have to tilt it at every crack. And that's a crack that my regular stroller goes over just fine. And because of the trifold feature, this bar is really flexible. What ends up happening is that my son pulls it towards him and he plays with it, but as you can see, it gets a gap here. And if you put your finger in the gap and push it back, it does get pinched. And one of the worst parts of the Combi Cosmo is the basket. As you can see, it's not very big to begin with, but it's got this bar that runs right across the middle of it. And basically what the bar does, it makes it really hard to get bags in because you only have a little bit of space here, and it also cuts off this entire half. You can't use this back half of the basket. And the carrying strap also gets in the way, so if you're standing and you're trying to get a bag in or trying to pull a bag out, it's really very difficult. Now, before we get to folding, the first thing you're supposed to do when you fold is to lock the front wheels in place. What's really difficult is that you can't get your foot in there. So there is a little bar here that you're supposed to flip up, but you have to turn your foot completely sideways in order to do it. Now, essentially what ends up happening is that you have to lock it with your hand, which is really gross if you've been in the mud. Now, the Combi is a relatively easy fold, but it is a two-handed fold. I didn't realize this was going to be a problem until I was traveling by myself. I was trying to get on a plane and needed to fold my stroller at the gate, and I ended up having to hand my baby to a stranger because he wasn't able to sit or walk. So to fold, you simply pull up the sides in the middle, and then it's got the trifold feature, and then it's got the strap, and the strap is actually really nice for carrying. Now, I'm a short person, so when I have the strap fully extended like this, it actually interferes with my leg movement. You can shorten the strap though, which I will do. And there, as you can see, it's a much easier way to carry for me. My legs aren't impeded at all. But the problem with that then is now that I've stopped and I redeploy the stroller, now if I wanted to recline the stroller, the strap is now in the way because it's too short. So in order to recline the stroller, I have to come all the way back up here and readjust the strap again. So that's my review of what I don't like about the Combi Cosmo. Essentially, the features I don't like the most are how rickety it is. It moves from side to side very easily. The front wheels do their own thing all the time. It's hard to get around cracks. It's hard to push in any kind of soft surface. It's also, the basket is terrible, and I wouldn't have such a problem with it if it wasn't such an expensive stroller. That's something that I would expect from probably an umbrella stroller about half the price, but I had hoped to use this as our main stroller, and I just really can't with these kinds of features. Other strollers that I own actually perform a lot better.